Today, I'm going to be revealing the exact cold email that I sent to a $750 million a year private jet company that booked one of their top executives for a meeting with my client. So you can see the domain Solaris.aero, and Solaris Aviation's revenue is $751 million. They have 75 different locations, 2,300 employees, and 335 plus private planes that they manage. So with that out of the way, here's the exact email that I sent to this executive that got him interested in booking a call. Let's break this down. Why did this work? First, hi, first name. Would you like a fresh look at your IT expenses? So it's not the most optimal thing, but it's a good opener that isn't necessarily selling anything per se, and it potentially seems like an intriguing offer. We've helped companies like Apple, HSBC, and Chevron reduce and then it's a specific type of service that I'm not going to expose because I don't want to give away my client's business, reduce their certain type of spend by an average of 44% through our patented, and then again, I'm not going to reveal exactly what my client does, process, whilst keeping their preferred vendors. So what matters here? First, you immediately have insane social proof. So the client in this case has already worked with companies like Apple, HSBC Bank, and Chevron, some of the biggest companies in the world. So you better know what you're doing if you've worked with those kinds of companies, and it immediately advertises that to whoever's reading. And you can actually see in the email, I would be interested in hearing how a company like yours saved those Fortune 100 companies 44% on their IT spend. Great. What's important is it's an average of 44%, so we're not saying explicitly we saved this company 44%. Companies like these previous clients and across all clients, an average of 44%. So it sounds like a pretty incredible offer. And then explaining that it's the process that we do, or our client does, is patented, which gives it credibility as well. And then also this is a very key role, and this is why you need to understand the wants and needs of your audience, is that it's great to reduce the costs of something, but in a big organization, oftentimes replacing the vendors that they're using, let's say I use a certain type of CRM software, even if I would save 20%, having to go onboard my entire team of thousands of people onto this new CRM software would probably have greater costs and less efficiency than just saving the 20%. This is a crucial point where I understood the pain points of who I was emailing to understand that we help them save money whilst also keeping the same companies, buying from the same vendors, but getting a lower price. So it sounds pretty incredible. If you're going to email someone out of the blue, you need to have a really strong offer. Then we have the call to action, and this is a hard call to action going straight for a call. We said, when would you be available for a 20-minute conversation next week for a complimentary assessment of your spend? Some important pieces here. We're asking, when would you be available up front? If we're going to ask for a call, don't ask, are you interested in a call? Ask, when would you be available? More people will respond with an actual date or time that they are available, which helps you reduce the friction between when they reply interested and actually getting them on the call, because that's a whole nother ball game. Secondly, we say 20 minutes. We're not going to say 60 minutes or something really long. Conversation, casual, and I always say next week because you don't want to say this week if it sends on a Friday. They're not taking calls on the weekend. So you always say next week, just so that it is always possible for that person to then give you times for the next week. And then, most importantly here, is we're offering a complimentary assessment of their spend. So normally I wouldn't want to get this technical, but generally any high-level finance executive is going to understand this. That basically means a free look at what you're spending on certain things by our consultants, or my client's consultants, to see how much are you spending on this. Are you spending more money than you need to be? If so, we can probably help you. And that's the case most of the time with this particular client. So this is a great offer. We're basically offering something that sounds like it should cost money, which is a consultant's paid time, an investigation into how much you're spending on a certain category. All of that sounds like it would cost a lot of money, and we're offering it as a complimentary thing up front. Finally, we have the signature. I always put Vice President of Business Development because in a big corporate company, that is who would be doing outreach like this. If you put CEO and founder, you're going to be perceived as a smaller company, which, by the way, isn't always bad. You don't always want to try and pretend like you're a big corporate company. But if you're reaching out to big corporate companies, it's better that you at least appear sort of like that. Lastly, the thing that is also really important about this email is I use a tool called mailmeteor.com/spam checker, and this basically allows promise me to make sure there are no words in my email that would potentially flag the email as a spam email or go to the spam box. And obviously we're using software that allows our email inboxes to be warmed up so we avoid spam. If you don't understand what that is, I highly recommend you just let me do this for you, and you can book a call to see what that would cost and see if it would make sense for you at ProfitPathGrowthPartners.com, where we've helped dozens of companies grow their revenue by millions of dollars by connecting them with large enterprises and also smaller companies, anything B2B, by email to get them more clients. You can check out our case studies on the site and schedule a meeting directly with me on the website. The link to book a call with me personally will be in the description and also in the pinned comments. If you'd like to learn how to do this yourself in a sort of do-it-yourself kind of manner, I can also help with that. However, if you'd like me to do it for you, that's the option you can take by booking a call on our site as well. So if you got value out of this video, I would really appreciate you leaving a like and giving me a comment for how I could improve videos like these or what kind of things you'd like to see in the future. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out some of my other videos where I give away scripts, exact frameworks for how I do this at scale, and how this $750 million a year private jet company is just another $1 billion company that we've booked this week.